Hey everybody, I want to talk to you today about articulation. The word articulate means to make clear. Maybe you've heard someone say to be more articulate before, or to articulate your words. And that just means to make sure you're pronouncing everything correctly. Guess what? You already know how to articulate on your instrument, and you didn't even know it. You know this because you know how to speak. So if you can say T and to, then you are on the right track. You know how to articulate. Okay, before I tell you how to do it, let me show you what it sounds like on clarinet. The most important thing for you to remember is to not change anything about your embouchure. If you notice that when I was playing, I didn't move any other things in my mouth. The only thing that's moving is my tongue. And let me show you on my reed. My tongue is gently flicking the very, very tippest tip of my reed. And I'm using the very, very tippest part of my tongue. So I like to say use 2 taste buds. That's kind of a weird thing to imagine, but you want to use 2 taste buds right on the top of the tip of the reed. For clarinets, your articulation syllable that you should think in your mouth is T. So that the back of your tongue is really high in a good E position, and then you're thinking T, 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 and bringing that tongue away from the reed. So I want you to start with a long sound first and establish your really beautiful tone first, like this. And once you hear your beautiful sound, then let's try adding a few articulations in like this. Now, yours probably won't sound like mine right away. That's okay. Let me show you some typical mistakes that people make. The first one is using too much of their tongue. It's so easy to do that, so don't freak out if you're doing it. You just need to use less. Here's what too much tongue would sound like. Did you hear that big thud sound? So that's too much tongue. Another thing people do is maybe they're not tonguing on the tip of the reed. Maybe they're tonguing down here. So let me show you what that sounds like. You can hear that little like flicking sound. So if you hear that, then you're probably tonguing in the middle of your reed and not on the tip of your reed. Let me show you that one more time. This is what it sounds like if you're too far down on the reed. You can hear that little airy flicking sound. Okay, so here's what you want to go for. Really clear and crisp and articulate. Okay, I'm going to articulate one more time for you, and I want you to watch my neck and my chin, and I want you to make sure nothing's moving, okay? Watch carefully. I'll kind of sit up like this. I got a little squeak on one of those, but you couldn't see anything moving in my neck or anything. So when you practice this, you need to watch for that on your own, because it's really typical for people to accidentally move something extra, like in the back of their tongue. And I promise you, all you have to move is the very, very tippest tip. Okay, one more thing to remember is that when you're articulating, you should not stop your air. I know we talked about not moving anything else on your face, but your air doesn't change either. That's why there's no like big spaces or gaps between my notes. So listen, and you won't hear my sound stop. You'll just hear it get interrupted. So when you play, make sure all of your notes are touching and connected like that. Okay, so go try it, and best of luck.